Hey guys, it's AJ here back. 4:08 afternoon for the record. Recording live from the land of the Simps, Welcome to North America. Happy Father's Day for those, obviously, who celebrate because they have their beautiful children and they have their, dear fathers to celebrate. And I hope you had and you're having a wonderful time with your kids, because cherish to those moments, man. We're entering times, we are about to enter, and World War III, and times that will basically, they called it the new normal, right? 4 years ago with the COVID, the new normal. So what's the new normal? So the new normal is going to be this. They've already played out the plan for you in their Agenda 2030, so to speak, where you have basically ESG for carbon credits, so they have to track your carbon footprint now. They have to have 15-minute cities so they can track you and control it, because it's a lot easier to to track a perimeter of 15-minute radius versus like the entire land, right? So, and what's going to happen here is that you are going to have a lot of chaos, especially if you live in the city, right? Major cities, and there's a reason, because after a false flag alarm that is about to happen in the next few days, if not the next few hours, who knows, but certainly it's going to happen between now and next week, as I predict. And the reason is because Trump, of course, appears to the American that he is a businessman, and he is a peaceman, and he wants to make deals, and etc., etc. But fact is, he's being pushed between two rocks. And on one hand, he needs to appear strong for the U.S. and his demonstration of power, and he's sleeping on his birthday with the charade, for the military charade. We see chaos in L.A., and there's the question of the Marines, but get used to that. Martial law is to be introduced. Why? Because very simple. You have a compromised president. For those who believe that they actually voted for the president, you have not voted for a president. You have voted for a puppet. And he's part of the plan. He will be the scapegoat. Absolutely, that's the prediction. And that's not my, like out of void, so to speak. Those who are intelligent enough to, connect the dots, because clearly, if I start connecting the dots for you, suddenly, I have to be silenced. But, I'm going to leave it at very short and, give you my warning. So chaos will happen because a false flag alarm will result in the assassination of Trump. Fingers will be pointing at no other than Iran and the Islamist militias and radical extremist terrorists, and now you have basically essentially a reason for a retaliation and a World War III, because coinciding with the assassination of Trump, perhaps there's a nuclear strike, false flag alarm, so to speak, tactical nuclear, inside of Israel, and that will certainly justify the World War III, clouds, mushroom clouds, and you have what have you. So, but before that happens, they need to kind of like minimize the chaos in their own land, so this cannot be disclosed. So what will happen, as I predict, is first they will have to cut the chaos has to come in, right? So before all that stuff happens, you have to basically have social unrest, which we already have, civil unrest. And now you have the Trumpeteers, I call them, right? Because they support President Trump, and I like the guy as a nationalist. He's a patriot to America. That's great, nothing wrong with him, but he's no different than Hitler in the sense where business first, business over profit, or profit over people, so to speak, right? People lives. And suddenly he's he wants to basically stop the war or de-escalate the war, but he was not so concerned about the Israeli war in Gaza as well, and the genocide and the ethnic cleansing happening, regardless where the fuck you stand on the fence, what side of the fence you stand on. Understand, it's a humanity at risk here. So no point of view trying to debate shit, because we already are in the war. There's something that you gotta keep track of. So there's another kind of a thing looming